Hey everyone. All right. So I was surprised that I hadn't done this particular review sooner. This is Restoration, Reimagining the Songs of Elton John and Bernie Taupin, Nashville Edition. I did Revamp, which was, a bunch of more modern artists doing Elton John. I think it was review 200 and something. So, almost 500 later, I guess I should get to the other album that was released at the same time. Between the two albums, there was one artist that appeared on both albums, and that's Miley Ray Cyrus. She appeared on both the country one and on the pop one. And then there's one song that appeared on both albums, which is Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters, which actually allowed for the ability to be able to do a little bit of a comparison. Okay, so just gonna get into this. Rocket Man, done by Little Big Town. Now, I have actually heard of Little Big Town, and this version of Rocket Man was actually really cool. I really enjoyed it. Very stripped down, very, very vocal focused, very awesome, beautiful rendition of the song. Then we got Maren Morris doing Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters. Okay, so Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters is a good song. Not a song I go out of my way to listen to or think, and not a song that I generally think of on my own. Comparing the two versions, the one that's on here versus the one that's on the other album, I'll take the one that's on the other album because it's got more, that pop energy to it really just kind of adds a little more to it for me. All right, now after this, a lot of the songs on here are what I would in a lot of cases refer to as album cuts. Some people might say a lot of them are deep cuts. Most of the songs that I'm going to start talking about are not greatest hits. They don't show up on any of the greatest hits albums I've ever owned. I mean, there's a couple that will, but so next up we got Sacrifice, Don Henley and Vince Gill. This one was actually a popular one, and I was actually surprised when I saw that this was a Bernie Taupin one, because for some reason I thought this was after Bernie. Then you got Take Me to the Pilot, which is Brothers Osborne. This one, the song does nothing for me, really. The version doesn't do much for me. My Father's Gun, Miranda Lambert. I know Miranda Lambert. I believe my ex was really into her at one time. And My Father's Gun is a decent enough cover, decent enough tune. Definitely lends to the country side of things. Chris Stapleton, I Want Love. I actually know Chris Stapleton. I recognize that one. I Want Love was, I believe, one of the songs that was brand new off of the Elton John Double Greatest Hits package. It was a white double CD set. Really great set. I lost that in the divorce, or else I would have covered it by now. I know who Chris Stapleton is. I did not watch the silly show that he was on, but I do know that he is from the, American Idol, sorry. Okay, yeah, that's it. But I know he's made a good name for himself, so, good on him. Leanne Womack, who I've heard of before, doing Honky Cat. I know Honky Cat, that's a pretty common-ish one. Casey Musgraves doing Roy Rogers. That one was a nice inclusion. It makes sense on here. I don't know Casey Musgraves, and Roy Rogers is one of those songs that obviously I do know, but it's not one of those hardcore kind of Elton John songs, I don't think. At least not the way I think of it. Then we're on to Please, which is being performed by Rhonda Vincent and Dolly Parton. Now, I know Dolly Parton, but I do not know Rhonda Vincent. If you know Rhonda Vincent, in the comments, tell me about Rhonda Vincent. Same with Maren Morris, Brothers Osborne, because everybody else, and Casey Musgraves, because everybody else on here I've known so far. And I'll probably ask about a couple more as we go. Please, it's good. I don't mind it. It works really well as a country tune. All right, the next one on here is actually probably my tied for my favorite song on here. Miley Ray Cyrus's version of The Bitch Is Back. The banjo work on this song is awesome, man. The banjo player rips into the solo. Oh, so fun. And you know what? I like Miley. I'm not a fan, don't get me wrong. I do not own any Miley. And, that Rockin' in America song or whatever it is that she did. And, my kids watched Hannah Montana. So, I heard this stuff, but not stuff that I was into. Sorry if the camera's moving, but Pandora's being difficult. Come here. All right, everybody, it's been a while. Pandora wants to say hi, apparently. Yeah, saying hi to everyone. All right. So, but I love Miley's voice. She reminds me of Stevie Nicks with that goatee kind of sound. And, it really works for me. And this, like I said, this version, great. Then you're on to, what is it? Dierks Bentley, I think that's what that says. Doing Sad Songs, Say So Much. I was kind of impressed to hear this one done. It really lends to a pop country, but it was a really kind of hearing it taken from what it was originally to this. I actually kind of really enjoy the way that they countrified it, and it really works. It works a little more for me, I hate to say, than the original does. So, that way it's really good. All right. Now, when I said there was two songs on here that were kind of tied for my favorite, this is the other one, which is This Train Don't Stop There Anymore. This is Roseanne Cash and Emmylou Harris. We're talking absolute country royalty here. And I was thrilled to hear this. I really enjoy this cover. I really enjoy this song in general. I think it's a great, really introspective kind of song. And I really Elton just brings it on this one in the original version, and the two ladies here, they do the same thing. They continue to just bring it, man, the feels. And then the album finishes with Willie Nelson doing Border Song, and I love the sentiments. I'm not a fan of the song. I'm not even a fan of the Elton John version. It's okay, but, it's just that. It's okay. If you are a country person who likes Elton John, like my mom would probably really dig on this, I think. I don't know if my mom's ever heard this one, actually. My mom's the reason I know as much Elton John as I do, but my mom's also the reason I know as much country as I do. So I'd be really interested to hear my mom's take on this album. And that's kind of where I'm at with this one. Let me know what you think down below. This is an album that you picked up. Do you like this album? Would I recommend this album if you're into country? Yeah, man, pick it up. It's cool. It's worth a listen. If you're into Elton John, if you're into Elton John and country, yeah. If you're into country, yeah. If you're not into country, probably not, I have enough of an appreciation for country that I can enjoy this album. But if I were your average rock guy, I would probably have some real issues with this album in a lot of cases. Anyways, yeah, all right, my thoughts, my opinions. Let me know what you think down below, folks. That's what the comment section's for. On your way down there, if you could hit the like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications, I'd really appreciate it. You can also see a couple links down below worth checking out. Otherwise, folks, peace, love, take care.